Hello everyone, this is Rakesh Kaplas and I welcome you all in my today's class, and I hope that you all are fit and fine at your homes. So as we know that in our previous videos we were uh, doing the topic partnership, and in partnership we have covered all the topics relating to the basic fundamentals, admission of the partner, retirement of the partner, as well as the dissolution of the partnership firm. So now we are moving further with next of our topic, next of our your part, that is company accounts. And in company accounts we will discuss all the different types of scenarios regarding shares, its types, issue of share at different situations, issue of share like at par, at premium, forfeiture of share, calls in area, calls in advance, and all these things, and we will discuss all these things one by one. The very first thing we will start, that is, what do you mean by company? Because we are talking about company accounts. So first of all, you all should be know what is company. What is the meaning of company? So company may be defined as a form of organization which is artificial in nature, created by law, having separate legal entity and common seal with perpetual existence. In simple words, what you can say, what is company? Very first, it is an artificial person. It is created by law. It having a common seal. It having continuous or perpetual existence or life. Okay, this is company, or you can say any organization which is being established under Companies Act 2013 is called company or joint stock company. Come to the features of the company. What features are there in company? The very first is it is an artificial person. It is not a living person, just a human being. It is an artificial person, and it having its existence. Company can take or make the contract with its own name, and the third party can also take or make the cases against company with its name. Artificial person. Second is created by law. It is being created, it is being established with the guidelines, with the rules and regulations, with the norms given by Companies Act 2013. Third, separate entity. In case of company, management and ownership are two different things. Management is in the hands of managers, directors, while the ownership is in the hands of shareholders. Separate entity. Fourth one, what you can say, common seal. Seal means stamp. Sign can be made by any of the authority, but the stamp or the seal of the company will be one. The life. Next, the perpetual life, perpetual succession, perpetual existence. Company having continuous life. The death of any partner or the retirement of any partner can never affect the company. Company will go on forever. These are the features of the company. Come to the next. What are the different types of companies? So you can find three types of company. One is one person company, private company, and public company. If we are talking about one person company, which is also called OPC, one person company is that company in which the ownership is in the hand of only one member, and that member should be a living person, not an artificial person, living person. And in case of that one person company, that member should be citizen of, resident of India. And there are two conditions regarding OPC. The paid up capital of that company should not be more than 50 lakh. The paid up capital of this should not be more than 50 lakh, and the average annual turnover of this company should not be more than 5 crore. One person company. Come to the private company and public company. How you can know the meaning of this, we can understand that with the help of its difference. The very first, if we are talking about private company having minimum 2 members, maximum 200 members. Public company, minimum 7 and maximum no limit, unlimited. If we are dealing with a private company, every private company have to write the word private limited at its end. While in case of public company, you need not to write the limited, you will simply write the word limited, it will stand for public limited. Third, in case of private company, there should be minimum 2 directors. While in case of public company, there should be 3 directors. While the maximum director in both these cases should be 15. Private company, public company. Private company can never offer the shares to the public, while public company can offer the shares to public. Private company need not to issue the prospectus because this company do not offer the shares to public, while public company can issue the prospectus, or in some cases it can issue a statement in lieu of prospectus. This is public and private company. Come to the next, what is share? After understanding all these matter, the next point in front of you, that is, what do you mean by a share? Suppose if a company having a full value or full capital of rupees 10 lakh, अगर किसी कंपनी की टोटल कैपिटल जो है दैट इज 10 lakh, and if this whole capital of the company is being divided into some small part of equal value, then each part will call share. Suppose if this 10 lakh is being divided by 10, then it will call 1 lakh shares of 10 each. If the whole capital of the firm, the whole capital of the company is divided into some small equal part of equal value, then it is called share. And the amount what the company will collect by issuing of the share will called share capital. I am repeating my words. The amount which the company will collect by issuing the share will called share capital. Now come to the what are the different types of shares. This topic you have also discussed in studied in lesson also, but I am repeating. There may be 2 types of shares, that is equity and preference. So in order to understand who is called equity, who is called preference, first of all you should understand why a person invests in share. What are the objectives behind investing the money in share? So there may be 2 objectives. One is return. Every year the profit of the company will be given to the shareholder because they have invested the amount in the company in form of dividend. Means the return given by the company to shareholder because he has financed the company, that is dividend. Second is redemption. Redemption means amount repayment. One day their amount will be returned to them. So preference shares will be those shares which will be given the preference at the time of payment of dividend and at the time of redemption of their amount. Suppose we have all the shares, those shareholders which will be given the preference to pay the dividend, to pay the redemption, will be called preference share, and those shares which are not preference share will be called equity share. And let me tell you, equity shareholders are the real owner of the concern. Preference share and equity share. Now the next question arises after you, the different types of preference share. There are different types of preference share. The very first type is redeemable and irredeemable. If the amount of the shareholders is to be returned or redeemed by the company after a specific period or before the liquidation or winding up of the company, that will be called redemption renewal. And those shareholders, if their amount will not be returned by the company after a fixed period, or which will be returned only at the time of liquidation or winding up of the company, they will be called irredeemable debentures. Number 2, that is participable and non-participable preference shares. If any shareholder having the right to participate in that profit which left after payment of all the dividend to preference shareholder, then it is called participable preference share. And those who don't have, they will be called non-participable. Third, convertible preference share, which can be converted if any shareholder having right to convert their share into equity or any other class, they will call convertible, otherwise they will call non-convertible preference share. Fourth is cumulative and non-cumulative. Cumulative shareholders are those shareholders which having the right that if in any of the year they are not being given the dividend because of the shortage of profit, if they have the right that they can get the in the next year the dividend of that next year along with the area of previous year, they will call cumulative. And if that shareholder having no right to get, suppose in 2018 company did not pay any of the dividend to shareholders because there was no profit, but in 2019 if any shareholder having the right to get the dividend of 2019 as well as 2018, they will call cumulative. And those who having no right, they will call non-cumulative preference share. This is all about, you can say, the types of preference shares. Okay.